Liam's my name, flavour bombing is my game. I've been a chef for 10 years. I'm all about maximising the flavour. From cheese on toast to fresh crab, everything has the potential to taste amazing. Shopping wise and understanding flavour combinations. I shop local, but I definitely think global. I love jazzing it up when I cook at home. Hello, welcome to my kitchen today. Look really forward to showing you this dish. This is an absolute flavour bomb of a dish. This is my Mexican pork cheek and chipotle stew. So stage one is actually, you've got to be a wee bit in advance here. You've got to get your pork cheeks. If you ask any good butcher, you should be able to sort you out with some pork cheeks. Pork cheeks are almost like the most perfect stewed meat you can get. Perfect size, you don't have to cut it. You might have to take a little bit of the sinew off, but it's almost ready to go. So what I've got here is I've got my molito chili, my garlic, a little bit of celery, lime, salt, and I actually put a little bit of beer in there, and it's just going to soften up overnight. Now I'm going to just pluck it out and I'm going to get it cooking. So we're going to use a very European technique here, which is we're going to seal our meat in butter, which is just going to give a really nice, textured, flavoured crust to the outside of the meal. Butter in the pan. Just let it colour a little bit. I'm actually going to add cumin. Quite a lot of cumin, because this dish will feed about 4. In fact, so we'll just chuck the whole thing in. That's how we roll. Now all you're going to do is hand pick your cheeks. This is hot. We want this to give a really good seal, and then we're going to put the other flavours and the other juices in. Now you go back to your brining liquor. The only thing that you're now interested in here was your molito chili. Molito chilies are a really specialist chili. You have to go to a good place to get it, a good deli, or you can order it online like you do now. Not dear, probably looking at about $1.50 for a couple of them, but they last they go a long way. They're really smoked and really mild. But the more liquid at this stage, the more it's going to be almost stewing. You're not really looking for a stew at this moment in time, you're looking for that butter to melt into the pork cheeks and create a wee crust. Right, so those bad boys are pretty much on their way. The chipotles, chipotle. So what you're wanting to do is you want to spend a little bit of time chopping these bad boys up, because if you get a whole one of these, you're going to know about it, and then the whole sauce goes in. Chipotle is like a smoked jalapeno, really nice, really intense. You can't really replicate this. There's no like smoked paprika or tomato or anything that can fake a chipotle taste. And it's a true taste of Mexico. So all I'm going to do is chop these up, and I'm going to chuck them in. Next stage is we've got our veg. So we're going to cook peppers. You don't have to really worry about your vegetables because they're going to be cooked for so long that they're not really going to exist. So peppers, onions, chuck it in. Probably give your hands a wee wipe because chipotles are notoriously messy. Just going to add a whole tin of tomatoes. You know it's going to need seasoning at some point, so you might as well season it at the moment. We've seasoned it overnight. Remember the brining liquor had a little bit of salt in it, so we're going to put a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and we're going to put a little bit of garlic. I don't know if I told you, but we're going to finish it with the finest dark chocolate. It's like a mole, Mexican mole. Just taste this for quality control. It passes. This bad boy's on the go. Just going to mix everything through now. And now all I'm going to do is stick the lid on, and I'm not going to even look at it for 2 hours. And when we come back to it, it should be really reduced down, really sticky, and ready for a little bit of chocolate and a little bit of fresh lime and things like that. Feels like we've been waiting ages, but it's going to be worth it. Remember the pork cheek? 3 hours. Boom. It's going to be good. So all we're going to serve this with is Mexican style rice. So this is Mexican pork cheek. Remember, cooked with chipotles and molito chilies. what we're going to do is a wee trick here. We're going to take a sort of nod to the head to the famous mole Mexican sauces, and we're going to add a bit of chocolate to here. Just a really nice dark chocolate. It's obviously a bit missing because I've been eating it as we go. You know what I'm like. Put like 3-4 bits on. What you're going to find is it's going to really enriching the sauce. Get a quick mix. It's good to go. The only bit of advice when you're cooking this dish is be gentle when you stir it. We spent ages cooking these pork cheeks. They're super soft. They will break up in a heartbeat. All we're serving it with, a little bit of rice, just normal long grain rice, a little bit of lime, a little bit of coriander. It's ready to go. So all I'm going to do, put it in a wee bowl, push it down, get your plate. There you go. The chocolate already, look how shiny that is. That's amazing. These pork cheeks are quite inexpensive, you really just got to treat them with care. And the key and the trick to Mexican style cooking is topping your stew or your mole or your whatever you're doing with fresh ingredients. So remember it's got onion, remember it's got pepper, it's got all these things in it. If you top it with this at the end, it just makes what a difference it makes. So we've got fresh coriander, just over the top. Raw onion. Got tomato. There you go, man. And then just plonk it about the plate. And I'm going to serve it with a lime wedge. Or two, since we're going all out. There you go, man. So that is my pork cheek. See how soft this bad boy is. Oofed. Just break through. See that? It's tender. It's a bomb. It's spicy, but it's the bomb.